Court nullifies Inec deadline for party's membership register submission ahead of 2027 polls. Oh, they've nullified the deadline, so I guess other people can still join other parties. Abi? Okay now. The Abuja Division of the Federal High Court has invalidated guidelines by the Independent National Electoral Commission mandating political parties to submit a register and database of all members on May 10 to be eligible to contest for the 2027 general elections. Justice M.J. Umar delivered the judgment on Thursday in a suit filed by the Youth Party, compelling Inec to follow the 120 days pre-election deadline prescribed by the Electoral Act 2026 for the submission of party registers. Wow, that's good. A declaration is made that having regards to Section 29 subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2026, which requires political parties to submit the personal particulars of their candidates not later than 120 days to an election, the defendant cannot lawfully abridge or limit that statutory period by prescribing a shorter time frame in its 2027 election, stated the judgment. All registered parties, according to Mr. Umar, have until September to submit an updated list of all party members, you see. Meanwhile, INEC, they do another thing before. Don't mind them. Good. The judge will judge this one. I'm sure say no be, what's the name of that their judge? How am I forgetting his name? Nullifying the initial May 10 deadline. You can imagine, they have till September. You want to end it in May. Can you imagine? The judgment gives politicians who have lost primary election in their respective parties the leeway to defect to another party. That's good. To continue their ambitions, well, that's nice. The Presidential and National Assembly election have been scheduled for January 16, 2027, while governorship and state houses of assembly polls are set to hold on February 6, 2027. That's good though. Argo says APC political sagacity. Rubbish guideline program to outsmart opposition, soon all hidden truth shall come to light. Onye says all this rubbish is because Obi has outsmarted them. If they like, they should do anything. If they stop him, he will go to another party again. No wahala. Anything they like, they do. And their business be that. Obi is 5 steps ahead of them. Story, because the target has escaped. Joa says, well, I didn't really see it like that in the first place, but it looks like it is because Obi outsmarted him and defected to another party. Joa Adventure says if the electoral law has specified deadlines for submission of party registers, of what reason that INEC has to give his own? Do you get? Give his own deadline as variance to the electoral law. Maybe INEC should explain to Nigerians. These are some of the reasons why people lost trust in INEC impartiality. Though INEC has the right to electoral guidelines, but you must not contradict the electoral law. Exactly. Odilo says, congratulations, so we still have men of integrity in our courts. Well, it's looking like me, I actually thought it was a good judgment. That's okay. If you are saying that people should not submit name 120 days before election, then it shouldn't be now. Election is still in January, so obviously it is really September. But why are they giving deadline for May 10 in the first place? But now people are saying that it is because Obi has outsmarted them and went to another party. So now they are looking for other ways to do something. And then Sabi, escape from which integrity is that? Because that law couldn't trap it or be in ADC, then the court suddenly puts on integrity garments. Peter Obi and Kokanso is ahead of them. Tinubu is a dirty politician and so desperate for power. No leadership. Yes, now. Very desperate. Ojan Vamba says, but how come I'm not hearing of Nabil Balagombe again? Because Obi has left the party now. He has done the job he was paid to do, destroyed the party. He has gotten paid, so there's no Nafi Bala anywhere. No be APC. Matthew Agega says, Akpabio and Tinubu wanted to disenfranchise and limit thousands of cheated politicians. Now then, Sabi. Christopher says APC will now pay for their cultic consensus, nonsense and abracadabra primaries. ABK says this their evil gang up against Obi failed like the walls of Jericho. Now they are trying to play the good boy. Obi Kwakwan, so inshallah Nigeria will be okay. Celeste said they just did this because Obi, whose reason for the passage of that stupid law, could not be tied to it. Jeff Ennis says, wow, this is a piece of good news. Kudos to Justice Umar for this show of bravery and demonstration of sound legal mind. Now all aggrieved APC members who were schemed out should quickly defect to other parties of their choice. Well, I would have really said that those APC members those people that defected to APC and now they did not get any win, it should have been good for them. They should have remained trapped inside APC because that's what is good for them. But it's okay that they have other chances to go and join another party. Before the rubber stamp National Assembly further comments amend the electoral act to trap them, a stitch in time says 9. Charles says Inec is now shifting the goalposts. Don't mind them. Sunday Salih says now that Obi has secured the peaceful home NDC, they have to reverse their plan because they cannot deprive Obi from the ballot. Shame on them. Mark Anthony says High Court is not the highest court of the land, so the judge doesn't like the way they stopped politicians from running from party to the other. Then some of you praising the judgment forget there is what we call double nomination. Remind us now. Kingston Court says this is indeed a welcome development. Hope the news is legit because Finnish reporter derived joy in posting fake and stale news. Chika Ejogo says the court will continue for now to do what is expected because Peter Obi has found a new home. Bright Okon says, a very good news. Church, may God bless you for defending democracy and shame on Akpabio. Levina says, a professor errand boy, shame to professionalism. Kajetan says, bold and courageous judgment that serves for greater interests of Nigeria. Chika says it's a welcome development, but do not to say this is good news. Ayubi says, good news, let me call my uncle that was rigged out of the devilish party called APC to either go to ADC or NDC. Good news to the masses. PJ says that's good judgment. Well, I initially thought that APC is in trouble. All those who put whole lots in primaries will now decamp and contest in other parties. NDC is the way. Well, don't you also think that it could be a way to go and destabilize NDC as well? Because if people will be able to defect to NDC now, those people that are defecting to NDC, there might be more. There might be people that are sent there to go and destroy the party, like they did in ADC. You get? So it could be two ways. It's okay, but it could also mean that APC wants to go and cause trouble in NDC. You know, they didn't have chance to do that again. But now that they've amended the electoral law, it might happen. But let's see how it goes, Sha. I really hope that NDC doesn't allow anybody to enter their party. Maybe only for Barasha. I want to say this is good news if ever this year APC gone because many people will decamp. Chidime says nonsense law jet towards one party state, but APC can collect politicians after winning election. So well, let's just see how it goes. My listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.